Let's build an aluminum riser longbow. What I have right here is an old compound riser. This happens to be a Hoyt. You can see it. Yeah. This is a Hoyt Raider compound. It's pretty rough, needs to be cleaned up. But this is an old compound from the 80s or 90s. But the limb pockets are about right for making it into a recurve. And I have one that I've been shooting. I hunted with it this year. That is a black bear, what's called a wharf. And I milled dovetails in it to use ILF limbs. This one, we're going to do something different. I wanted a longbow, so I ordered a set of these. These are 50-pound black hunter limbs. So this will be a reflex deflex longbow when we're done. But these are just 50-pound, 28-inch limbs. First thing I've got to do though with this riser is right there is a little nub that is keeping these limbs from being able to sit in this pocket. Also, there's that chamfer. I'm going to have to cut that off flat. So I'll run that to the bandsaw, cut those off flat, and we'll take a Dremel tool and we'll grind this out and make this to where I can actually put my limbs on it. So now we got that all ground down. Our limb will sit in there a little better, but I've still got to cut that off flat. So let's run this over the bandsaw and get that cut. We've got her cut off flat. We are ready to test this out. Line it up good. We've got something. I don't know if I'm a little bit off on my grinding. Yeah, that's what it feels like. It feels like I'm catching just a little bit right there, so I'm going to take a little bit more off and get that angle a little better. This bow had these little half-round spacers to keep the old limbs centered. Since these limbs I don't feel like drilling holes in, we're just gonna take our Dremel tool and grind these little nubs flat. Basically what that's gonna do is it's just gonna give the limb a little something extra to kind of rock against when I tighten them up. I probably will have to go in and add some Velcro or something to kind of take up some slack, because there is just a little bit of slack left to right. You can see there's a little bit of wiggle. So something I noticed with the way these limbs are sitting in there, it's really sharp, and this limb pocket is not. It's more rounded. So if I take the Dremel and I just round off these corners a little bit, it fits in there a lot nicer. So that's it. I need to make a string for this thing. It's a 66.5-inch bow. Longbow's typically 3 inches shorter, so we'll make a 63. I'll go ahead and make a 62 Go ahead and make a 63-inch string just to be on the safe side. I could probably get by with a 62 and be fine, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. And this will be made out of B50 because it's what I have, but I could use fast flat for this and be fine. But I have B50, so that's what we're going to use. String this up and see how it goes. Like I said, there's still a little bit of play in these limbs, but I think I get some sound deadener stuff in there. It'll take care of that. It's really cool. From an old compound to a longbow. So to me, what's really cool about building these, it allows me to take something that most people are going to throw away, and I can turn it into something I'll enjoy shooting. If you've never shot an aluminum riser recurve, man, or longbow, they are just so dead in the hand. And with all this sight window open, you have a ton of adjustment for your arrow rest. I'm using a Pat Norris springy rest. This is a 30-ounce spring. I'll wrap that in some 95-pound paracord. But I can come in and I can loosen the screw and I can make some adjustments and adjust my rest in and out until I get what I want for whatever arrow I'm shooting. So you have a ton of adjustment that you can play with to make this thing shoot. I mean, well, it makes it a lot easier to shoot than trying to tune a wood riser bow. I know a lot of people are like, aluminum riser bow doesn't have a soul. And in a way, you're right. But I like being able to hit what I'm aiming at. And I can do that with these bows. So, hope you enjoyed this. If you run across one of these risers and want to build yourself one, it's not that hard. A lot of times, especially with archery, we try to make things way more difficult than they need to be. And most of us will never outshoot the bow we have, let alone a top of the line bow. So to build you a bow, like I probably, let's see, I might have $100 in this entire setup. And where else am I going to build an aluminum riser longbow for $100? And that's including the rest. The rest was about $25. I paid $20 for the bow, and then I think $60 for the limbs. So yeah, $105. Awesome, way to go. So this is that Franken bow I built the other day with the Hoyt riser. This is got black hunter limbs. They're 50-pound limbs, but with this riser, they're probably mid-40s. I'm just shooting a gold tip traditional blemished with a 200 grain point. And this thing shoots pretty good. It's got some excess noise. It has no string silencers, and then the springy rest has nothing on it. So that's going to make it a little louder than it ought to be, but I think it'll definitely be a good, quiet hunting bow. For sure not the best grip I've had with this bow, but I'm used to shooting a fixed cross, and I haven't set one up on this bow yet. So I'm having to try to gaff a little more than I normally would, but it shoots great. It's a good shooting little bow. For what I've got in it, I have no complaints. I think I'm sitting at about $105 plus tax for everything. So I'm pretty happy with this little bow. I think it'll definitely be a good little bow to either throw in the boat and go bow fishing, or shoot, I'd even take it to the woods, hunt with it. So thank you guys for watching this. If you like this type of content, like, share, and subscribe. I'll catch you on the next one. God bless.